Welcome back. Now I want you to think of a value direction that you want to strive towards. Remember back to the bullseye exercise where you chose your values. This might take you a minute, so if you want to, you can pause the video. If you have the value in your mind, then we can move on to the next exercise. So now imagine you're on a bus and you're the driver. On this bus you have a bunch of passengers. The passengers represent barriers like risk of an asthmatic attack, fear, as well as any thoughts, feelings, bodily states, memories, and other experiences that you have around your asthma. Some of them are scary. They are dressed up in dark leather jackets and they've got switchblade knives. You choose to drive towards your value direction in order to get closer to your desired value. And you're driving along and the passengers start threatening you, telling you, where do you think you're going? You try to keep focused on where you're going, but at the same time, you may question why you want to go forward. Let's say the passenger representing the fear of having an asthma attack continues to stubbornly argue with you. The only way you can get the passenger to sit down is for you to make a compromise with the passenger. The compromise would be in the form of making some sacrifice to the fear. If the fear, for example, was increased risk of an asthma attack, the compromise from you as the bus driver might be to avoid going out alone. As you, the bus driver, make compromises to the fear of the passengers, you've turned slightly off course in order to get the passenger to sit down. By the time you've made compromises with all the passengers, you're now 180 degrees off the value course you started on, and you're no longer heading to where you want to go, towards your values. The bus stops here because you decide you want to get rid of them. You focus on arguing with the passengers in order to get rid of them, but the passengers all speak and scream simultaneously as you try to reason or argue with them. They do not sit down and wait for their turn, but instead act out chaotically, all threatening and demanding attention. You experience that despite having stopped the bus and focusing full attention on arguing with the bus passengers, they just get louder and more out of hand. So you decide to start driving the bus again. The passengers continue to argue in the same manner, but this time you look at each passenger, acknowledge the argument with eye contact, pat them on the shoulder, but do not speak to them. In other words, by trying to get control, you've actually given up control. Now notice that even though your passengers claim they can destroy you if you don't turn left, it has never actually occurred. These passengers can't make you do something against your will. I invite you now to click on the link below. This exercise will teach you to see the negative thoughts and feelings as thoughts and feelings, rather than the threatening content they claim to be. See you soon for your next lesson.